My journey with Anthem began back in 2023 when I found a copy at my local game store. I was just searching through the pre-owned section and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it just sitting there for a mere $2. All of my curiosities about Anthem could be quenched for some pocket change, so how could I say no? After all, we all know how the game launched and I wanted to know how much of that was still true. So I bought it, and another copy for my husband, for us to finally witness what the world of Anthem had to offer. Yeah, we played it for about 5 minutes until the game kept on disconnecting him, and then we shelved it. And that was it. Well, until I saw an update for the game in 2025 that said the service would shut down in January of 2026, which prompted me to get up off my ass and finally properly play this game because I don't want to leave a game permanently incomplete on my trophy list. The Anthem grind finally began when I remembered about it in November of 2025. It isn't very shocking to hear that my expectations at this point were pretty low, given my previous issues paired with everything I had heard about Anthem over the years. However, because this was the point in time where I actually gave Anthem a fair go, I was pleasantly surprised. The game was a third-person shooter where you were able to take control of one of 4 Javelin exosuits. The suits all had their own arsenal, as well as the ability to fly. Arsenals could be upgraded or changed through the in-game forge, and each class could carry up to 2 guns, 1 melee weapon, and also possess up to 3 different unique abilities. This part of the game operated like a dream, and paired with the game's stunning visuals, as well as a great soundtrack, this turned from a grind to an adventure. Being able to fly around everywhere with your choice of arsenal was a surreal experience, which no other game I had played had done up to that point, which ended up giving me an itch that I needed to scratch. This wouldn't last forever though, as Anthem had other plans in store for me. Anthem was plagued with a swarm of bugs and constant networking issues. This paired with the forgettable story really solidified the game's failure to me. This wouldn't stop me from my goal though, because while these were bad, it came nowhere near some other games that I have subjected myself to over the years. Well, at least I thought that, until the game wouldn't give me the quests I needed to complete the game. Anthem was trying its hardest to make me give up on it, but I stood strong and persevered. After about 3 weeks of procrastination, because I had to play the entire game again. What really stung the most though, was not the fact that I had to deal with slogging through all the repetitive crap for a second time, but rather the fact I lost all of the customization on the suits that I did. Yeah, sure, I didn't go all out, but there was time spent on those suits I couldn't get back, which just really put me off playing the game for a while. When time was nearing closer to 2026, however, I got back on the horse and beat Anthem for a second time, with little to no issues, to acquire my platinum trophy, to be done with the game. Or so I thought. The problem I now faced was that I actually had recorded some footage of Anthem with no plans on what to do with it. Since the game was terminating, I thought what better way than to make a video about it, so I kept it installed on my PlayStation until the very last day. The plan was to be on the game as it shut down to record in order to upload to the internet. This idea came from a video I watched of someone playing the multiplayer of Sonic Generations on the 3DS as soon as the server shut, so I wanted to replicate that. This would be a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. EA had never publicly posted a time when Anthem would close, so all anyone could do was guess. All I knew is that it wouldn't shut down as soon as the 12th of January hit for me, as I'm Australian and we don't exactly have the same time zone as where the server's games were located. So I checked back with the game every hour past midnight California time to see if the servers were running or not. Because I have a medical condition that makes me constantly tired, this part was agonizing. I persevered for as long as I could, as that dream of showing the world what would happen when the servers would go down overpowered my body's limitations. It seemed like the end wasn't in sight, and after about 6 hours of checking for the end, I succumbed to my body's need to sleep. When I woke up at 7 this morning, I had learned that the servers shut at around 3 AM my time, which broke my heart a little and made me give up on this small project. But I still wanted to show it to you all. Anthem was a game that struggled on release because of long loading times, forced aim assist, networking issues, and bugs. A title that didn't live up to the hopes and dreams of not only its company's fans, but also their own developers. Something that was ultimately abandoned after years of blood, sweat, and tears. But most importantly, Anthem was a game that, despite all of its flaws, still managed to engross many within its world.